The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. It's all systems go for the inauguration of President-elect Bongbong Marcos on Thursday. Let's get the details from Marlene Alcaide, who's joining us live from Manila. Hi Marlene, good afternoon. Is everything all set for June 30?
Yeah, Sean, the stage is ready. Security remains tight for the inauguration of President-elect Bongbong Marcos this Thursday. Aside from the stage where Marcos Jr. will be taking his oath, a red carpet for the guests and visitors has also been set up. In his vlog, Marcos Jr. said that his inauguration will be solemn and traditional. The president-elect also shared that he chose the National Museum for his inauguration since it reminded him of when he used to fetch his father, former President Ferdinand Marcos Sr., in the old legislative building. This morning, the Philippine National Police and Armed Forces of the Philippines also rehearsed the civic and military parade for the event. Right now, security is tight with the vicinity of the venue, with several parts of Manila now closed off to the public. Sean, several foreign leaders are expected to grace the inauguration. Authorities estimate that 1,000 VIPs are expected to attend the inauguration on June 30. Sean?
All right, thank you so much for that update. Marlene Alcaide reporting to us live from Manila. And supporters of outgoing President Rodrigo Duterte gathered for a Thanksgiving concert as President Duterte prepares to exit Malacanang later this week. Camille Samonte with the report.
Volunteers and supporters of President Duterte flocked to Quirino Grandstand for one last Thanksgiving concert. The Thanksgiving concert was organized by volunteers, pro-Duterte vloggers, and supporters. They all gathered together to celebrate the leadership and achievements of the outgoing president. Quirino Grandstand was the chosen venue, as this is the same place where Duterte held his meeting de avance back in the 2016 elections. Several artists performed in the concert, including the Philippine Philharmonic Orchestra, Freddy Aguilar and Martin Rivera. The president also joined his supporters and sang on the stage. Duterte only gave a short message to his supporters.
Sambayang Pilipino, maraming salamat sa inyo.
The concert also featured a drone light show thanking Duterte. Towards the end of the concert, Duterte surprised the crowd by singing with Martin Rivera. For News 5, Camille Samonte, we are One News.
In other news, the president of the Private Hospitals Association of the Philippines says that there has been a very slight increase in COVID admissions amid the uptick in cases. In an interview with us here on One News, Dr. Jose de Grano said that aside from the NCR, Regions 3, 4, and the Visayas have likewise recorded a slight rise in hospitalizations. Despite this, de Grano sees no immediate need to put these regions under alert level 2. However, he assured the public that private hospitals are ready should there be another surge in COVID-19 cases.
For the past probably several weeks, we have not experienced any really increase in the number of admissions of severe COVID cases. So the hospitals are really prepared for that. But for any surge in the number of cases. So right now, if we try to monitor the admissions in the private hospitals, there's just a very slight increase in hospital utilization rate.
One News Now will be back with more stories after this quick break. Stay with us. watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Some key leaders in the United States have slammed the U.S. Supreme Court for overturning the landmark case of Roe versus Wade. Here's the report.
The U.S. was in uproar, some celebrating while others grieved. This after the mostly Republican U.S. Supreme Court voted to overturn the landmark Roe versus Wade ruling that recognized women's constitutional right to abortion. They also upheld a Mississippi law banning abortion after 15 weeks of pregnancy. People against legalized abortion cheered, and some even cried and jumped for joy after the ruling was announced.
Worked so hard, and I know that others before me have worked even harder. And so for the older generation of pro-lifers to see this today, I'm so grateful for them and their perseverance.
While those for the public health measure slammed the ruling and chanted that the decision must not stand. Several U.S. politicians spoke out against the ruling. U.S. President Joe Biden, for one, said the day this ruling came out is a sad day for Americans.
Today, the Supreme Court of the United States expressly took away a constitutional right from the American people that it had already recognized. They didn't limit it, they simply took it away. That's never been done to a right so important to so many Americans, but they did it. It's a sad day for the court and for the country.
Meanwhile, U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi maintained reproductive freedom must not be criminalized and reminded voters to choose wisely in their next elections in November.
This is deadly serious, but we are not going to let this pass. A woman's right to choose reproductive freedom is on the ballot in November. We cannot allow them to take charge so that they can institute their goal, which is to criminalize reproductive freedom.
New York Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez also lambasted the ruling.
We are here for a reason. We were born in this place and in this time for a reason. Because we are restorers. We were born here to be protectors. We were born on this earth to make a better future and turn the ship around.
Several governors also took a stand against the court's decision, including California's Gavin Newsom, who said abortion will remain legal in the state. Former President Barack Obama also decried the ruling via Twitter. He said the Supreme Court has relegated the most intensely personal decision someone can make to the whims of politicians. Former First Lady Michelle Obama meanwhile claimed she was heartbroken, as young women will now experience the same hardships before the Roe ruling was promulgated. Sam Tirante, we are One News.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. Outgoing Vice President Leni Robredo has passed the leadership of the opposition to re-elected Senator Risa Ontiveros. At the oath-taking administered by Robredo, the VP said she is confident that the senator will continue on with carrying the ideals of the opposition. U.S. President Joe Biden has announced the members of the official delegation of the United States to the inauguration of President-elect Bongbong Marcos on June 30. Biden said the group will be headed by Second Gentleman Douglas Emhoff, husband of U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris. Philippine bet Fuchsia Ann Ravenna was named Miss International Queen 2022 on Saturday's coronation night in Thailand. Ravenna is the third Filipina to bring home the crown from the pageant for transgender women after Kevin Balot in 2012 and Trixie Maristela in 2015. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.